If you don't have a plan, you become part of someone else's plan. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Volatility apparently isn't one of the things we've been looking at least for the last 60 days, it seems like. I mean, we got some green today, but still under that 5% volatility that we see as, you know, standard day trading here in cryptocurrency because the price is always fluctuating. To me, I mean, we keep seeing Bitcoin around that 6.6 mark. Big plus in my book. You know, they keep talking about stabilization as one of the things we need. Hey, well, I mean, are we really going to be all that upset and disappointed if Bitcoin stabilizes around 6.6? I know we're talking about the price going up, though, here in November, maybe January, February, where I got my fingers crossed. I know that cryptocurrency is going to be the future. I know that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to keep hodling it as best I can, trying to stack that stuff away for the future. But when it comes right down to it, do you really have a plan when it comes to cryptocurrency? Do you have a hardware wallet? Is your intentions, you know, long-term investment? Or are you just here today to make a quick few dollars? If you are, I mean, there's a lot of scams here. You got to be very careful. All right. So all of that kind of stuff aside on whether or not you have a plan or not, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a look at CoinMarketCap today. We're going to take a look at the news. I got some great things going on here with the show and the EDC fund and the flyers and all that. But you know what's really amazing that's going on today? We got Samantha over here in the chat.
Good morning, everyone.
What's the matter, Samantha? You didn't like that intro today?
Love it.
We've got to figure out how to work you in here on the show. I can't just start off and say your name. We got to make sure that everyone's excited to have you out here because I'm excited that you've joined the show.
Oh, why, thank you.
It's nice to have some commentary and somebody to talk to out here about this stuff instead of really feeling like I'm the crazy guy on the internet talking about this magical internet money. All right, I guess would you pull up that controversial coin market cap so we can go ahead and take a look at all 2,000 and I think 23 coins they have out there now on coin market cap. See what we're looking at with that $200 billion, some 200 and something $billion market cap.
Oh, there really is 2023. What?
Yeah, we're in the future now. 2023 coins. I mean, we got 52% for our dominance, so that's up a little bit. But like I said, we're looking at a little bit of green here across the board, as you can see, all under that 5%. I mean, cryptocurrency has not been very volatile lately. It seems like as we'll shoot up like 7 to 10%, everybody will be somewhat excited about it. But hey, I remember the days of some of these altcoins shooting up 50. I mean, I remember the day I looked at Popcoin that had shot up like 300% in the day just based on the fact that 420 was around the corner. Cryptocurrency markets are changing and we got to learn to evolve with it. So we got $6,577 for a price of Bitcoin right now. Can't complain about that all that much. Coming in at 123. Nice. We got Ethereum, $223. That's up 2.1%. I mean, we got XRapid at 53 cents. Hey, they took the gains there and they're holding it. Big plus for the Ripple holders. If this doesn't necessarily seem like a buy the rumor, sell the news, because the news has been out for a couple of days and the price ain't slumped back down below the 50-cent mark. So, hey, I'll take it. All right, Bitcoin Cash, $5.16. It's up 0.25%. They're not really slipping backwards. They're definitely seem to be holding on to that $5, just like we got EOS still continuing to hold above that 550 mark at $5.68. That's up 1.89%. Stellar's 24.3 cents. That's up 15.15%. No big movement there. Litecoin slipping below that $60 mark, coming in at $58.55. That's up 1.3% at the moment. And let's see what we got here. Cardano at 8 cents. Dash at $180. Just seems like we've come so far and then gone backwards so much in the cryptocurrency space. Remember the days of Dash being over 300?
I do.
You do. I do too. All right. Well, let's get down here. Here we go. 86.6 cents. That's up 2.2%. Not too bad considering that we're not seeing much movement and volatility in cryptocurrency right now. I got to say thank you yesterday. When I posted our video up to DTube, even though we didn't have a live feed yesterday, thinking about taking out the Wednesday episodes. We usually get the least views on it, and you'd been talking about wanting to have a day to sleep in on the week. So we're thinking Wednesday might be that day. So we might be canceling Wednesday shows. But hey, we'll still be out here giving you shows 5 days a week. But I got a $10.60 upvote. That's amazing. I haven't seen that kind of action on Steam in a while. Usually been around the dollar mark or so, which is mostly thanks to Full Time Geek. So thank you there, buddy. All right, let's see what do we got with the Steam back dollar. And 98.1 cents. No sideways movement. Under the dollar. I guess if you were looking to make a couple percent off some altcoins, now might be a time to pick them up. I mean, I don't know. I know I'm not doing any trading with these altcoins. I know that I've been pretty much pulled back 100% to Bitcoin, pretty much just holding for the long term, looking like, you know, that this bear market hopefully is going to come to an end soon. And I definitely want to have all my money in Bitcoin as we go to climb up. Cryptocurrency, when we go up this bear run, everyone's talking about how it's going to be so much bigger than the last one. I definitely don't want to miss the boat because I'm holding some crazy altcoin. All right. As I continue to keep doing every episode, got to plug away this tally account. I mean, we're coming in at $453.66. Trying to get up to $600. We're trying to go to the Electric Daisy Carnival in Orlando. We're trying to go ahead and pass out flyers to be able to bring the word of Bitcoin to people. We're going to be doing this completely anonymous. We're not supporting the channel. We're not putting our name on it. We're not asking for any money, you know, from the people that we're trying to pass the flyers out to. But time is starting to run a little low. We got 24 hours, or 24 hours. 24 days and 17 hours here. I think that means it's like $5.50 if we're trying to daily cost average this. I got a nice $6 donation on the first. I got to say thank you very much for that one. Like I had told you guys, we went ahead and we ordered the flyers already. They came in yesterday in the mail, so that's really awesome. Let's go ahead and stop the screen share so that we can put this back out here and I can show you the flyer. There we go. There's the screen. Let's pop the chat out, see if we got anybody here talking to us. Hey guys, how you doing today? Thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you coming out here for a cup of coffee, talking about some crypto this morning. Where's my line? All right, I don't want to get too close to the camera. I know it cuts off the top of my head. You guys, it's great. It's amazing. I love the fact that we're in cryptocurrency. Everybody's out there. I'm starting to feel that buzz again about cryptocurrency where people are starting to get excited. They're talking about how cryptocurrency is a fascinating technology and how it's going to be the future. And it's getting to be undeniable at this point in time as we hear accredited investors and mainstream media and celebrities and, you know, the ICOs have kind of been squashed, putting an end to some of the bad news that we kept hearing in the space about people getting ripped off. I'm really bullish on 2019. I think that cryptocurrency is going to be making some real advancement. Us being here in the space here in the beginning like this, I mean, we're going to get some first mover advantage, and that's great. I'm sure that some of, you know, the everyday 9-to-5ers that are at home living for the weekend, they're probably not going to be hearing about cryptocurrency till 2020 and beyond. But I mean, that's why we're here already. Trying to hodl this stuff. Like I keep saying, you got to double stack this stuff so you can have what you need for retirement, and you can sell all the way up so you can get the boat, the car, pay off the house, make life a little easier. Because let me tell you, living paycheck to paycheck, it's getting rough, isn't it, Samantha?
Yes.
The man likes to beat your good intentions and positivity down with the fact of lack of financial capabilities.
Yeah, this weekend, last week, I had a little bit less hours, and it was like, oh.
All right, you guys. As I had told you, can you see it on the screen there, Samantha?
Yes.
Is it good?
Bam. Yes.
Boom. Flyers. What do we got? 500?
Yes.
We got 500 of these flyers. QR codes work. Boom. Thank you. Super worried about that one. First thing I was stressing about.
As soon as he opened the box, he's like, let me get my QR reader.
Get the QR code reader. Because, yeah, if you couldn't read these QR codes, these things are junk. I mean, what good is it without being able to scan those QR codes?
It's pretty and shiny, regardless.
Yeah, well, I don't know how. We're just going to pass out these flyers to you, and it means nothing. And you can't even tell anything because the QR codes don't work. No, but thank you. The QR codes work wonderfully, so that's a big plus. We ordered them for Vistaprint. I mean, we got all 500 of them.
They didn't screw it up. I mean,
we're good to go on our end here. We still just need that little bit of funding in order to secure the tickets, right, Samantha? And then, I mean, we're going to be going ahead. You have the paycheck right before the 9th. We've already done our monthly budgets and stuff, and we're looking at that. It's a free paycheck, so we'll be able to have the money that we need in order to pay for the motel room and to fund our food and drinks and everything like that, and put a little extra with the gas if we need to. So things are going along as long as you guys can help us come through with that last little bit. I think we need $146 or something.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I'm looking at it, but yes,
some real progress there. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited. Now that the flyers are here, it's like the anticipation is starting to bubble and overwhelm. I think you were saying the other day, you were like, oh, wait, we're going to have to pass these out to strangers. And I was like, yep, the reality of the situation's hitting, isn't it?
It was yesterday when I was looking at the gigantic box on our dryer, and I was just like, It's a lot of flyers that are going out to a lot of strangers.
A lot of Bitcoin is the future. Bitcoin is the future. Would you like to find out about the future of money? Amazing. I can't wait. I'm ecstatic. It's going to be awesome.
That's why you're the one in front of the camera.
I put myself out here in front of the camera so that it's not an anonymous situation. You can see who I am. You know, one of the things I keep telling everybody is that I got absolutely nothing to hide. I am not trying to make $1 million at this. I am just trying to help the cryptocurrency market move along. I'm trying to help people avoid the scam. That's why I provide the free email help desk service at eugeneforce20@gmail.com. You know, I tell you what my name is first and last at the beginning of every episode. I'm not trying to hide in any way whatsoever. I figure being upfront and honest and open to who I am is definitely one of the big things that'll hopefully push us forward, you know, in this cryptocurrency space in the future. Everyone's talking about trustworthiness and you can't trust and validate and verify. You can verify who I am. You can validate who I am. I am coming up on, I got like 460 episodes out here of me telling you guys, you know, what I think about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and how I think it's the future. And I think scams are the worst things ever out here. But let's digress slightly and get into some of the news we got.
There are some people in the chat.
We got people in the chat today. Yes, I'm not just some crazy guy out here on the internet ranting about that magical internet money that I think is going to be the future and overthrow and topple the governments so the people's revolution can begin.
Wow.
It's one of those days. I'm feeling it.
Crypto Shrugged author says, good morning, Eugene. I'm pretty sure that is Nomadic Giant because his little bubble is the same.
Oh, he changed his name?
I think so.
Awesome. Well, nice to see you out here, my man.
Paul Rouleau is here. He says, good morning.
Always. I appreciate it, buddy.
Andy Anderson is here. He says, hi.
Nice, my man. I appreciate that one as well.
Bitcoin Crypto News Education says, good morning, everyone.
Awesome.
I know. You're getting to be, yes. See, you fit us in. Yeah.
Yay. He's found a way to make us part of his daily schedule. I hope you're having a cup of coffee down there in the Fort Myers area.
Silent Lamb is here. He says, good morrow.
Nice.
And Crypto Shrugged author says, yep, new name. I was like, that bubble looks the same. Yes. Tall man, little girl. Well, little wife. You can't tell, but it's like, yes, there's tall, little.
All right. So let's dig into some of the news. Like I said, I wasn't here yesterday, so I got a little bit of yesterday's news. I went over the news this morning. It seems like the news has been kind of sucky lately. You know, it seems like a lot of people are in anticipation of some sort of ETF, or they're, you know, always talking about the price, or they're talking about mining or mainstream this or that. And it just seems like yes, exactly. Seems like we have a very monotone situation going on with cryptocurrency where, you know, a lot of the articles aren't really reflecting positivity or negativity when it comes to cryptocurrency. I think there's a lot of people not really wanting to take one side of the fence or the other because nobody really knows what cryptocurrency is going to do right now. It is definitely shake a magic 8 ball as we reach towards the end of this wedge and technical analysis, telling us whether or not we're going to be breaking to the upside or the downside. I know we got Tone Vays out there still preaching about $5,000. We got other great technical analysis, people saying that we're shooting up to 10 here as soon as the wedge breaks. I don't know. I mean, if I knew, I'd be all in. I'd be mortgage the house a second time, sell the cars, do the whole deal, get rich quick. But I don't know. I don't want to risk my family's future. I'm not a gambler. Oh, wait, I'm just not stupid. When you go out and you work every single day for your paycheck, you really value the US dollar. You know, it's not easy to come by. All right. So with the news, what do we got going on? We got the crypto twins. They went and got themselves hacked. I thought that this was like, I felt bad. At the same time, I thought it was hilarious a little bit. I know you shouldn't laugh at other people's misery, but you know, they're always out there. They're always making their jokes. It gets us all laughing and giggling and everything.
Yeah, because they're comedians. So
yeah, they're professional comedians. But then they get out there and they're always supporting XRP, which is, you know, not my favorite boat. They're out there. They're supporting EOS, which I think will make some money, have a place in the system. Not that I want to be using it as currency. Not that I think that it's better than Bitcoin. But here we go. They did what everyone does. You know, they kept their cryptocurrency at the exchange. You know, they didn't have a hardware wallet. They didn't necessarily do their due diligence and even get their own like cell phone wallet. They kept it at the exchange. Somehow something happened where he lost his password or got his password hacked or somebody gained access through API keys or something. And we're looking at, what do you say, 1,500 coins?
Yes.
1,500 EOS coins moved out. Some other guy's wallet. I mean, we're talking about that the other guy's wallet had quite a bit of crypto, looking at like 90,000, 900,000, some absurd, ridiculous amount. They tried to call out and say something like, you know, that it was somebody in EOS because the person had such a large amount of EOS. I guess they're calling out, trying to see if they could get one of the block producers to return their money to them because of the centralized system allowed in EOS where, you know, funds can be retrieved and locked down.
That sounds...
I don't think that's necessarily going to happen for them with only 1,500. I think you kind of have to have that $500,000 and up amount in order to get their attention with the, you know, waving your hand saying, hey, my money, hey, my money.
Right, turkeys, your money.
So... then he's talking about how he bought it at a loss in the video, that he bought half of it at $15, and then he bought the other half at $9.
Oh.
Then he was talking about how they were, you know, everybody was preaching up and down about these airdrops and how they're supposed. He was saying that the airdrops that he got were pretty much worthless, that it's nowhere near recuperating the amount of money that he lost in it. So this is another one of those hindsights being 2020, you know. EOS was, I mean, I guess if you bought in at the ICO, you made some money. If you bought in on the secondary hype at the exchanges when it was the 9, the 15, you're out. You're holding the bags right now. You're waiting for some more development or some more news or some more something to get the price back up there because, you know, like you keep predicting, Samantha, $5.50 is all an EOS is worth, you know, and we're up right now at 568. I mean, we've seen it slam down to 5, but between 5 and 6 is where we keep bouncing around over there.
Oh, yeah. When it was $15, I was just like, what? Like, okay.
So, I mean, it gets to be a little ridiculous. I mean, we also had the news coming out that the block producers could be running a slight cartel style situation where they're, you know, they're back voting each other to make sure that they stay in the block producer place because they're voting constantly to be able to stay in that place that, you know, they're saying, hey, I got a whole bunch of EOS and I'll make sure I vote for you and you make sure you vote for me. And then we'll buddy this stuff together and we'll control this blockchain. So
I already thought it was kind of cartelly with the one that wasn't supposed to. And then it was like, bam, we have block producers. And it's like, really, all of a sudden?
I mean, they came out and they said that they don't have a cartel style situation, that none of this is actually true. This is just, you know.
You think originally the cartel said they had a cartel situation?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
They were like, no, it's just my cousin Tony. Like, no, it's not. It's not like that. We just go around breaking people's fingers, but it's family. It's not like that.
So, EOS, I don't know if now is necessarily the time to invest. I mean, we're under $6. I do think EOS has a potential for a bright future. You know, the area of gray that they're fulfilling between being able to produce these dApps without transaction fees and the centralized system, so the fastness, you know, the scalability is taken care of. I mean, you know, a lot of people want this technology to progress. We need this kind of, you know, back end in order to get this technology to progress at this point in time. It's just that we have to start realizing that there's a difference between platforms and security tokens and cryptocurrencies that are used for cash. So, I mean, once we can start getting some distinguishing between these categories, it'll be a little bit better, because right now everyone looks at, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and EOS all is the same, you know, and Dogecoin and Dash, and they're not all the same. They're all very different. They all have different technologies. They all have different reasons for being out here in the market. But like we said, what do we have, Samantha? 2,023 different cryptocurrencies out there. Definitely, in my opinion, 2,000 coins too many.
I mean, I'm with the whole, we don't need more than like 50. Like 50. And I mean, that covers every single category of functional somethings that could be done.
Can you imagine what the market cap would be if we had actually dropped down to 50 projects, and all of the market cap that we have now went into the 50 projects, and all of the developers went to the 50 projects? I think we'd be making some more progress for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, Crypto Shrugged out there. First asked, what's your PayPal email? Then he says, never mind. He found it in the notes. He then said, just sent you money for your trip. Hopefully I can get you a box of cards for Crypto Shrugged that you can pass out. The author, Nomadic Giant.
PayPal.
Yeah, I don't know. He's asked about your PayPal email. Then he said, never mind, found it in your notes. And he said, just sent money for your trip.
We don't usually use PayPal.
I have no freaking clue. We have Bitcoin Crypto News Education says, once you get a couple of flyers passed out, it will roll off your tongue. That you just practice what you want to say and then adjust it once you get started.
Yeah, I'm thinking to try to, like, the way the flyer looks, it's very anonymous. I think of being very vague and anonymous. I think that curiosity that killed the cat is definitely the way to go with this. You know, we want people to scan those QR codes. Because even if it's just something as simple as that they scan these QR codes, it'll be in cookies in their phone. It could pop up again. I mean,
right, all of a sudden, Coinbase will have a nice little ad scrolling across somewhere.
I mean, we've all seen when we go look at something on eBay, and then you go look at your Facebook later, and it's like the same exact tool is showing up, and it's like, how did you know I was looking at Wood Router? So, I mean, hey, anything to get your eyes on Bitcoin is a big plus, because I mean, even if something doesn't happen the first time that you see it, you know, it gets you aware of it, and you'll start recognizing it. Kind of like when you buy a new car, you know, or you get a car that's new to you, you're all like, oh, I've never seen this Suzuki Swift or whatever. But as soon as you start driving on the road, you notice they're everywhere.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wow. Yeah, remember when we had the big conversion van?
Yeah.
And we were all like, oh, wow, that one looks just like ours, except a different color. Oh, wow, look, that one's the exact same, just a different topper.
So pretty much I'm thinking, hey, even if they don't keep the flyer, as long as they scan some of it, as long as they keep understanding what Bitcoin is, then they'll start noticing Bitcoin out there in the world, and it'll help get them to realize that this is the currency of the future, and that we all do need to start getting our hands on it, as much of it as possible. All right, so here we go. Continuing forward with the news, we got to continue to talk about development. Ethereum, I mean, they're in the #2 spot. They're one of the most important cryptocurrencies out there, because they're the first one to bring a smart contract platform. You know, all the ICOs that ran on it, backfired a little bit, kind of hurt them, but still, we're looking at a $230 Ethereum. A lot of people would say that price isn't actually that bad, considering, you know, how new they are to the market, how their use case scenario is still kind of being proven, and we're looking at scalability holdbacks. Here we go with a little bit of development on the scaling situation. We're looking at Constantinople.
Yes,
I can't say
Constantinople.
I can't say it again. All right. So we're looking at the upgrade here being deployed on the testnet October 9th. Big plus there. I mean, the sooner you can get on the testnet, the sooner you can start working it, the sooner you can find these bugs, the sooner you can go ahead and start taking the first steps towards getting it on the main net. But a little controversy with it. It's the first steps towards proof of stake. People are all over the fence on this one, on what proof of stake, you know, if proof of stake is better or proof of work is better and all of those kinds of things. I'm not going to dig into it. I personally like Bitcoin. I like the proof of work situation.
I like Bitcoin.
I mean, I can see the proof of stake, you know, argument as well. I'm not necessarily saying that it's right or wrong. Everything has its perfect place in the world. So maybe we do need some sort of, you know, staking and hybrid proof of work. But then they continue to talk about that if you have a situation like that, that a 51% attack becomes practical. with a partial proof of work, proof of stake situation. They're talking about wanting to get out there and test this for 3 to 6 months. That's not that bad. I mean, at least they're going to be putting some testing into it, because we have seen them just fire this stuff off onto the main nets. And
yeah, where it's like, oh, we gave it like 48 hours. That's enough, right? Bam.
I mean, we've seen on the backside of Bitcoin here that we're still complaining about not enough developers getting in there and looking at the code with this recent Bitcoin bug. You know, the problems don't necessarily just pop out at you like a red flag. You kind of have to really get in there. You have to sit there and go through the code line by line. You know, you have to have very smart people to try to see these loopholes through the red tape and everything to find this, because if not, someone's going to find it down the road. You definitely don't want to have a bunch of value. You really don't want to have a bunch of development and then find out somebody's able to make extra coins, you know, or find out that somebody's able to get a hold of someone else's wallet. Or like in the parody hack, you know, shut down a bunch of wallets.
Like kill, just like, whoops.
Money's locked up and gone forever. So, I mean, that's awesome that they have some development here towards their scaling on this Constantinople. People were just hoping that it was going to be a little bit sooner than what we're looking at now. But it is still scaling, still making progress. I mean, the future is going to be brighter as soon as these things start to happen. We're just, we're like children, I guess. We have no patience. You know, it takes.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, sit on your hands, people. Sit on your hands. All right, so little more news. Gemini Exchange. This is definitely heading more towards the fact that accredited investors, mainstream media, blah, 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 banks, all that kind of stuff. This is what they want. Gemini Exchange is now being insured. So, I mean, this is what a hedge fund wants. This is what accredited investor wants. This is what the person.
This is what the accredited investors want. Yeah.
This is what the person at home that doesn't want to buy the hardware wallet, that doesn't understand anything, that wants cryptocurrency to be just like the bank.
Yes, and to be able to add to their portfolio of their weird little, you know, oh, my gold stocks and my whatevers and my little bit of silver, and I got some oil and some grain and now some Bitcoin or some whatever. Yes,
exactly. And that's why we were talking about the other day that research has shown that that most Chinese middle-class families hold 10% cryptocurrency. They wouldn't want to hold more than that because of the volatility that can be up and down as much as 15%, but they do want to hold some for the volatility. Now we're looking at a situation like that these hedge funds and accredited investors and all these people with lots of millions and billions of dollars type stuff can all hold some Bitcoin here at Gemini. They can buy it and not have a problem. They can hold it there and not have a problem. And if something did happen, they're all insured now. That's what they want. They didn't want to have to be necessarily with some backwater exchange where if they get robbed, like, you know,
any of them,
that they're not going to get some token that's going to represent their money or told that they're going to be paid back. They want their money back right now, instantaneously. And that's what's going to happen with insurance. People always feel better when it's insured. You know, I mean, how would you feel about going to work today if you didn't have any insurance on your house? You'd be like, oh, let me make sure I turn off all the power so the hot water tank don't boil over, the circuits don't catch on fire. Let's put all the dogs out in the yard because they could start something.
Yeah, just like how Florida's the like auto insurance is weird here, and you don't insure yourself or whatever, you insure like okay, I mean, in reality, we don't really need car insurance to drive around. Like but you feel so much safer thinking, oh, if someone hits me.
Right.
If I hit someone else. And it's like, no, not really, because if they don't have insurance when they hit you, you're still screwed. Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot harder in our state to get your insurance company to pay out if you haven't done it to someone else. Like, if you are not the one doing the damage and they're like, oh, we don't have anybody else we can pay this.
Samantha, this is on the backside that we buy the cheapest insurance.
That's true too.
Liability. If you get full coverage, you get full coverage.
That's true. Because I mean,
we're cheap.
we can't fix a windshield that gets hit by a rock with our insurance. We have to pay that out of pocket. Yeah.
But so, I mean, we've heard lots of talk about accredited investors and institutions, you know, purchasing at OTC slowly, secretly, quietly. Well, that's not going to be able to last forever, right? We were talking the other day about how, you know, there's only 17 million Bitcoins in existence, and, you know, how much each person has in between accredited investors and institutions and hodlers. So there's not really a lot of Bitcoin out there. And there's not really a lot of Bitcoin being produced every 10 minutes. The amount of Bitcoin that's being produced every 10 minutes is going to be cut in half here in 2020. You know, as long as we're not sitting here looking at the price of Bitcoin today, saying that we need to buy our bread, milk, eggs, and pay our rent in it, and we start looking at, hey, well, we have a little extra on our paycheck and we're buying Bitcoin at this, and we start looking at 2020 and beyond, Bitcoin is a wise investment. I mean, if we can sit here and I can turn off my cell phone this month, right, and I can save $60 on the bill, and I can buy $60 worth of Bitcoin this month and not spend it, what's that worth in the future? Now, what if I did that every single month for a year? What if I was actually able to go work a little extra and produce this video and get you guys to donate a little bit and save all that for the future? You could be looking at a really bright future. And I guess that's kind of what I'm always trying to do out here, is stack away this Bitcoin and not have to spend it on the bills and pay the bills with the fiat and save in crypto, so that the future is brighter for us. All right. Last little bit of news I got going on here. Petro, you know, everyone's up in arms about this one. It seems like all the time. I see good, I see bad, I see lies. It's a very mixed up situation. I mean, I would love to see a great country come out, make a cryptocurrency, say this is the cryptocurrency. We're going to back it with all of our natural resources and power and stuff. And I mean, it's not Bitcoin. I understand that. I'm not saying bad against Bitcoin. I'm just saying that I'd like to see a country come out and make a cryptocurrency and use it as their daily currency instead of fiat paper. Start showing other countries that they can go ahead and do this as well. Or start having a way to be able to, I mean, they're not going to be privacy censored, so we're going to be able to see how that government is spending their money. Big plus. I'd love to see how the government's spending their money, because we're always talking about how they're not spending the money right. How there's always these backdoor deals and everyone's making their own pockets fat. Well, you know, when I see this government account and I see this much go to that senator straight to his wallet that already has this much, you know, you get that stuff taken care of. There'll be investigators, there'll be police, there'll be all that kind of stuff, and it'll be undeniable. It's unlike the money laundering situations that happen now, where it goes to this construction company and the construction company pays the employee and all of these other things, and no construction's actually done. Okay.
Oh, we have Cornelius here now. Right. And TD.
Cornelius, nice, yep. My man.
And Tomcat. Cornelius says Gemini to list Litecoin on the 14th. Boom.
Boom. Nice. Big plus for Litecoin. I've been hearing a little bit of controversy about Litecoin. People are saying, oh, what's the point in Litecoin now that the Lightning Network is developing and this and that? You know, I do keep saying all along that I have this feeling that hopefully, fingers crossed, that Bitcoin's going to be worth so much that we're not going to be transacting in Bitcoin. I know you can break it down. You can go 18 decimal places, go 25 decimal places if you want. So technically you still could. I believe that there are going to be other cryptocurrencies besides Bitcoin. I think it's going to be almost impossible to get the whole world to jump into one currency, you know, one world, one currency, one people. A lot of people don't like that concept. I'm kind of for it. I'd like to see us all work as a unit, you know, unified unit.
TD asked, why trust the insurance from Gemini? If you hold your crypto on an exchange, you can lose it all. Yeah, I mean.
Well, I mean, that's kind of part of this, is that they, you know, they found an equity group there or whatever that's going to insure it. So, I mean, with them stating this, it would be that on the backside, if their exchange got hacked and all their cryptocurrency got taken, that this group that's insuring them is going to give them back all their money.
I know, but it's that you still have to trust that Gemini and the people who are insuring Gemini are going to.
Yeah, like, but then it wouldn't be a situation of you bring in the lawyers and the lawsuits and the courts and all this other stuff. I mean,
ask the people from Mount Gox if they're, I mean, like, really. So 5 years from now, you'll get 1/10 or something of what you lost, like, from the exchange.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it just puts the accredited investors, you know, and hedge funds at ease, because still, I would see the problem being that, okay, Gemini exchange gets robbed, all of their Bitcoin, Ethereum, Zcash, you know, is taken. Well, if they are insured, blah, 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 you know, some guy gives them, you know, billions of dollars to replace it all. Now they got to go buy it. I mean, unless you're going to take cash at the moment of theft, for your product. You know what I mean? For your Bitcoin that was stolen. Now they got to go out and buy all these, you know, millions of Bitcoin to give back to everybody. How is that going to work?
I mean, yes and no. I don't know. I mean,
let me buy every Bitcoin in every over-the-counter market because we're Gemini and we have this massive exchange. I mean, it'd be like saying Coinbase got robbed. I mean, you're talking about a large percentage of the Bitcoin that's being held not on hardware wallets, all of a sudden becoming theft. And then needing to be replaced.
I mean, I guess I don't think the Gemini like exchange will get hacked or get, you know, whatever, because it is
get hacked eventually.
I don't know, because it is like Coinbase and it is a lot, but I really don't know if them having it. I think it's more of it just makes people feel safe, and that's it. I mean, like, because yes, I don't know, like, how would it actually work? Would you be getting your coins back, whatever it is? Would you be getting a dollar amount? How long is it going to take? Like, you know, do you have to, there's a lot in there, but just saying insurance, everybody thinks, oh, good, I'll get it like instantly back. And it's like, you're not ever getting anything instantly back. And then it's like, how many how many claims do you have to file? And what do you have to go through? And how do you prove? And I mean, how long does all that take? And then what are they going to give you?
I mean, it all comes back to, all right, here's a great example. Do you remember that older movie, the guy that died, the large guy of the cocaine that did Tommy Boy or whatever?
Oh, crap. Yes.
And he was the brakes. He was the brakes. No. Yeah, he was doing the brake sales.
Yes.
I remember, and he was like, I got free time. I can take a shit in the box and label it guaranteed if you want. I mean, you could slap a guarantee or insured or whatever on anything to help you sell it. I mean, when it comes right down to it, what are you going to end up doing? You're going to get a bunch of lawyers. You're going to go to court. You're going to try to force them. I mean, hopefully the Gemini still have money. Hopefully their you know, they get a new ETF proposal. Hopefully things go great. But I mean, at the same time, I mean, they could wash up. They could go broke. They could get robbed of everything. I mean, you never know what's going to happen in the future. But the fact that they're slapping insured on this is the same exact thing like that movie. He's slapping guaranteed on that break box because it makes you feel better about buying it. So if you go to the Gemini exchange, you can say, I'm not worried about my cryptocurrency. I don't need a hardware wallet. It's okay that we have $10 million that are from 50,000 different people investing in this credited hedge fund. It's all a Gemini. It's insured. It's taken care of. They're doing a good job for us.
TD says that's what it says, Samantha, that's what is for, the uninsured motorists from way back. Yeah, but that's a whole nother tier of money you got to pay the insurance company.
We pay the bare minimums around here.
We literally walk in and say, whatever the state of Florida makes you have.
I've been trying to tell her that she needs to go ahead and get herself a scooter, and then we can go ahead and get rid of auto insurance, and I'll drive the motorcycle, and then she can drive the scooter.
Oh, yeah. My scooter would be ridiculously stupid looking.
I told her we could also get another motorcycle with a sidecar, so if we need to go somewhere, and just forget this whole auto insurance thing altogether.
Yep, tell our 17-year-old son to get in the sidecar.
Nothing stopping him from going to get his driver's license. He's 17. I've taken him out on some road practice driving time. He has his permit.
All right. Tomcat says the Bears own BTC right now. And Bitcoin Crypto News Education says the number of coins is not as much an issue as the circulation in the community. People just need to actually use them. There's most of them hodl more than anything. Mm-hmm. And it is. I mean, yes, we do need to have somewhere in between.
It is one of those debates that keep going on that, you know, how are you going to get the value of this to go up? How are you going to show use case if everyone's just holding it? I try to do both. You know, I don't go out there and make tons and tons of purchases in cryptocurrency, but I do like to send a little bit out once a month or so. I would use it more if I had more, I guess. You know, if there was a surplus of it, if I had more venues to be able to purchase things. But at the same time, there's places like Purse and all these other things where you can use your cryptocurrency to buy gift cards. I guess it's a situation of I need to find more ways to earn income in Bitcoin before I'd want to spend it. And I've talked about this before, that I think that this is going to be one of the next big movements in cryptocurrency. Because cryptocurrency is great. I love it. I mean, I love earning cryptocurrency is hard to do.
Yeah, unless you're actually in a profession or have some little niche, like you're a consultant for something, you you've earned, you know, a way to, you have a web of people that pay you
right.
in cryptocurrency, then yes, how exactly, without just taking fiat, whatever your fiat is, and making it into, how, I mean, like, yes, you know, Tone Vase, you know, like Adam Meister, all these people like say, oh yeah, I get like a set amount always, you
Right,
know,
for
yeah, for consultations,
the
for
panels.
yep, for all the, but it's like, until you get it where yes, it's coming in that way, no one really wants to spend it that way.
Right.
Like, because it is harder. You do have to, oh man, now I have to go get my whatever, my debit card, my blah, blah, blah. I got to do this, and I got to wait for the confirmations. And then, okay, now it's, if it's a, yes, like as soon as it's smoother to get paid in it, then people will find it not as like, oh no, it offends me to spend it. No, it shouldn't offend you because you're getting paid in it again tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, payment methods coming in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, I mean, I see that being the next big thing. It's just, I mean, I can't go work my day job, or I can't go out and take a side job and get somebody to pay me in cryptocurrency. Half the time, if I looked at them and said Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, they'd look at me like I was crazy and not really know what I was talking about. So we need a situation where everybody is capable of getting paid in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency without like getting their paycheck and then having to go to Coinbase and pay 5% to turn it into Bitcoin and then to put it in your wallet. You know what I mean? Like, you need to, some small revenue of income that's not necessarily coming from an altcoin, you know, because you got some staking or something like that, but just a straight BTC way of getting paid. Even if there was a way where you could get, I've heard of them before in other countries, I don't know of one around here in the United States, but where you can set a bank account up and you can have your paycheck direct deposited into the bank account, and then they purchase Bitcoin at that day's value and then put it into your, you know, your address. I mean, I would even go for something
I'd only
like,
there was European countries that
I think
like
it was
the,
Australia.
yeah, the companies were saying,
but I would go for something like that.
Heck yeah.
I mean,
like
just
10% or something of, yes, just go in.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, with everything in the dollar, and
I've only worked at one place, literally, that had it where you could take two, like you could split your paycheck, direct deposit it, and have it go into two different like accounts. Most you don't get, I mean, half the places sadly that I work, also I just work at crappy jobs, they're like pay cards. If you don't have a bank account, they literally just give you some horrible net spend type card or whatever that they put. So how are you ever getting, you know, like you're not ever being able to separate that. I mean, I don't even know. Like, our system is messed up because, yes, I mean, if people in Australia can literally work at some standard like Barnes and Noble type crap and be able to take 10% of their stuff and put it into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the company is doing it literally like for them, why can't we? We can.
Yeah, I mean, America's just a little behind on some of this stuff. Either that or the future is happening, you know, faster than payroll and everything else like that can start to come up. I mean, some of the other concepts are getting paid, like when Lightning Network is fully implemented and people are using Bitcoin and you're getting paid in Bitcoin, that you literally are getting paid as you work a minute, you're paid for that minute.
Oh, crazy.
So like at the end of the day, your day's pay is there. And there isn't this whole, well, I worked all week for you. You went ahead and, you know, accumulated my hours, and then you rounded up and you rounded down and you did all of this stuff. And then you calculated my taxes. And now here is a paper check for what I'm due. And then I got to go to Walmart and pay $3 to get it cashed. And
Crypto Shrugged Author says, spending my crypto over the last 4 years was a mistake for me. And then he says, but hindsight is 2020.
When it comes to crypto, you can't ever look backwards, because if you do, it's always going to be depressing and disappointing. I mean, unless you're looking right now in the last like 8 months spending Bitcoin, you know, you may not feel these feelings right now because of the bear market. But of course, if you look back over any lengthy period of time, you're going to kick yourself for it. But at the same time, you can't look at it like that. I mean, it is money. You do have bills to pay. You do have, you know, like the guy that spent the 10,000 Bitcoins on the pizza. If he thought about that every day, he'd probably shoot himself in the head.
Yeah, right.
You know?
There would be
But,
some real problems.
you know, I mean, we don't think about the jet ski. We don't think about all that Ethereum that I sold on PayPal that was worth $250,000. Our lives would be completely different.
That every single person, I think, except one, came back and said, like, oh, that wasn't me.
Yeah. So when it comes to this stuff, put it out of your mind. You're just going to drive yourself crazy with it. I mean, you can't go backwards. You have to live today. You have to live in the future. If you think that you've done wrong in cryptocurrency, just try even harder. You know, Bitcoin is worth only $6,583 right now. It's going to be worth a lot more. We've seen it at 10. We've seen it at 20. We have talks of reasons of why it should go to 50. And by the time we're, you know, older, like 50, I don't see any reason for it not to be $100,000 when everything is working properly on it.
TD says, I believe that OMG is working on what you are describing for the being able to take a portion, like, you know what I mean, of your paycheck, right, and like getting paid in it in any way.
I mean, I've heard lots of things about it. I'm still yet to see one that's very functional. I mean, once again, altcoins have made all kinds of promises. I mean, how many credit cards have we seen wanting to come out in altcoins, and then they can't get the Visa or MasterCard sponsor, or they're labeled a security token after.
Yeah, so they don't get it.
Right. One more news story, and then I guess we can go ahead and start trying to wrap this up. The Petro. We got him coming out. We got the president of Venezuela coming out on television, talking about the Petro, talking about how it's going to be a currency of the people. Mixed feelings all over the board. Some people are saying it's a good thing. Some people are saying it's a horrible thing. Some people are saying that it doesn't even exist. Now they're saying with a new white paper that it's not 100% backed by oil. That's also going to be backed by additional resources. I mean, I keep saying time's going to tell with this one on what's going to happen. I mean, he really could be making some first mover advantages for a country, going out there and getting some stuff done with the Petro, moving towards a cryptocurrency future, trying to avoid U.S. sanctions. But like always and everything else, you have to look at what the value of the coin is going to end up being. Is this just another, you know, manipulate our financial value in the country so that we can exploit the people and I have more riches? Or is he actually trying to solve a little something over there? Because I do kind of understand where he's coming from, that every time he prints a little more money, why does his dollar value go down when in the U.S. we can print dollars all the time and our value doesn't go down? We label their money as worth less when they print more, but yet we print more and keep our value the same. You know, when did we become the rulers of the world?
When we said we were.
Yeah, when we said we were. But I mean, how do we actually get to determine and dictate the value of other people's money? Why are we on top? Who says that we're on top? And
we do. I know that is the problem. Yes. Okay. There is no one else.
If that's how it works, trust me, my ego is pretty big and I'm on top. So everybody else.
I mean, it is just like how the Modern Investor said, you know, everyone is saying our country is number one. You know, whenever you go to another country, they are saying Mexico is number one, you know, like, and it is, but somehow, somewhere in there, and I mean, God knows when it was, probably when we actually lost our gold and to like our fiat ratio. But at some point, yes, like, I don't know if we elected ourselves, if everybody else was all like, oh, fine, you know, America just won't shut the hell up. So we're just gonna let them be the leader. But at some point, our money and our crap and our system, it's no better than anybody else's, but everybody's told it's better than everybody else's. All these other countries are thinking that America is great and this and that. Oh, no, we're all exactly the same amount of crappy.
I mean, there's supposed to be 40 million people in poverty in America. You know, it seems like every day, if you're not part of the accredited bank system where you get credit and credit cards and all that kind of stuff, and you start living week to week, paycheck to paycheck, life is hard. Life became hard instantly. As soon as you're not part of the system where you have credit, then life is hard. Because if you're not part of the system that has credit, you're probably making $10 or under an hour. So you're looking at $40 or $400 a week or less. You know, you take taxes out of it. What are you looking at? Even if you were lucky enough to get mortgage, like you got a house, and so that you'll be owned. Otherwise, you're paying rent, which means absolutely
you're never
nothing.
owning anything.
Right. So as soon as you lose your job and you can't make your rent payment, you literally go homeless on the street for all those hundreds of dollars you pay every month.
Yep. Within a couple months, you are homeless because no landlord is going to, yes, you can only get a boo-hoo so long before I want my stuff back. You have to leave.
I mean, and then they say, I mean, I was told my entire life, go to college and you'll make money. Well, I went to college,
Yeah, we're not making money.
I didn't. Both of us actually went to school, and our degrees didn't do anything for us. We're still out there working those eeny, meeny, miny, mo jobs. I'm still, going close to $30,000 in debt in student loans that I'm never going to pay them. They can go after themselves as far as I'm concerned.
Dude, and I mean, I don't know. You actually went for,
I know you paid your student loans.
Well, they made me. The man made me. That's what happens sometimes. But I mean, like, you actually went in, like, for a field and stuff. You don't even do, like, your daily job is not even what you went to college for, because it doesn't.
Well, it was because after college they told me that they wanted me to have 2 years of hands-on experience, and then based on the area where we were living, I had a family. I couldn't just get up and go out to California, to Silicon Valley, and internship somewhere for free.
Yeah, intern.
I had to still continue to pay the bills and make that weekly paycheck, because as soon as you don't make that weekly paycheck, me, Samantha, and little Eugene are homeless out there on the streets, right? Especially when I was in my early and mid-20s, we were barely scraping by, as always. So, I mean, without being able to do what they wanted to get those jobs, I couldn't find a job in the IT area. Continued right back along with all of the construction work I've done. But, I mean, at the same time, I don't know if I necessarily hate life for that happening that way. I do feel good when I make something. When I build a product or I repair something, I can look at it and say, I see the value in what I did. When I'm done working, people come home and they see their house pressure washer, they see the new porch bill, or they see, that their hot water tank is installed. There is physical difference, and their life is improved for it. Unlike a lot of the jobs I seem to see a lot of people on, where they're at a desk, they're in air conditioning, they're sitting in a chair, they're paper pushing, they're manipulating, they're red taping, they're buying something cheap and selling it for more without anything really being done. Personally, I feel that this is part of the problem with America, is that everybody wants money for nothing. A dollar is supposed to be worth so much that nobody ever really wants to give them to me. Well, these people that are out there getting it for nothing, why are they getting it for nothing? The people that are out there physically sweating and breaking their back and fixing and repairing and building America, they're the ones that deserve the higher pay levels, not these people that are sitting in offices, stocks and bonds and commodities and banking and insurance and all of this other stuff, like our auto insurance people, like we're talking about. There's an office, right, with some people that are sitting there taking a percentage off of the amount that we pay every month to auto insurance.
To pay them.
Pay them, to then pay the auto insurance people for auto insurance. It doesn't actually do us any good, because unless you went and drove off the road this year or this 6 month, because we only get a 6-month policy, and plowed through someone's front of their house and they actually had to pay out to fix their house, they're just getting money for nothing. It's just another $150 a month bill that we have to pay for no reason. And then, like you talk about, you make under $10 an hour, you're lucky to get 25, 30 hours a week. So after you pay for your gas, and Samantha smokes cigarettes and stuff like that, and you have a couple dollars to yourself, all you're doing, like, you're working one whole week to give this money away to the auto insurance people for absolutely nothing, so that other people can make money to sit in air-conditioned offices.
Yeah. It is 8:38.
Woo.
Yeah.
All right,
you might want to wrap this up so you could go to that job we keep talking about.
I really appreciate you guys coming out here today, joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. Sorry about the ranting today. I guess maybe some of the weekly paycheck stuff is starting to get me down a little bit.
This week sucked pay-wise, okay?
Besides that, I'm going to continue to be out here 7:45 every single day, bringing you guys cryptocurrency news, my thoughts and commentations on the whole thing. Samantha's here always to read from the chat. We know, you guys know that we love to hear your questions and answer. Today was very fulfilled with questions from the audience. That was nice. Love that. If you guys want to get out here and actually get on air with us, please shoot me an email, hit me up on Twitter, check out all the social media platforms I'm on. Come on over to DTube and upvote me. That's Steam it. I'm also on Tribes. I'm on BitTube. I'm on Minds, right? Check all that stuff out. Links, affiliation codes, free email, help desk service. I'm just happy. I'm happy you guys are out here. I'm happy cryptocurrency has the potential to be going up here real soon. I'm happy that we've been seeing some sideways action in it. I've started accumulating quite a bit over the last month or so. Hopefully we'll be able to accumulate some more with a few deals I got in the work. Donational addresses, EDC fund needs a little help though, because I'm starting to get a little worried about that one coming down the last 20 days. But
dude, don't make us have to buy a camera or something. Come on, we need to go. Because remember, you were like, oh well, if we can't make the EDC fund, we'll just buy some equipment.
Yeah, but now we got the flyers. I mean,
I know. What are we gonna do?
I know I'm not standing out front of Walmart passing out flyers. All right, you guys, I really appreciate you guys coming out here. Don't forget to share, give the video a thumbs up. The numbers have been kind of low on the thumbs up. The more thumbs up you get it, the more people see it, the bigger we can grow this community, the more we can help avoid those scams. But go out today and remember to keep your BTC safe.
Have a great day, guys.